Imagine, as an investor, that you knew about something that was going to change the world, dramatically change the world, before 99% of the people in the world did. Just imagine that. And that you could see that this company, this invention, was going to dramatically change the world. I guess it would be like if you were there when Tesla was first introduced, when you were there when Henry Ford first invented the assembly line, and you knew about it before 99.9% of the world knew about it. Well, that's where I'm at right now, and some of you are there with me, but I think a whole lot more of you are going to be with me and my tribe that we've been talking about this for a while, and it just went public. And I don't mean that the stock just went public. I mean that something changed, something happened that just brought it to the forefront. And so now, rather than only, let's say, 0.5% of the world's population even recognize this word, now maybe 10% of the people in the world will recognize this word that will change the way we live. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because I honestly believe, and I want to be open with you on this, this is the investment opportunity of your lifetime. And it is as a result of a culmination of several events that have just recently occurred, and then the publication of those events that has just this weekend occurred on a national basis, that is going to give you that 20x stock that you've been looking for. And so I want to share this with you. Take it for what it is. This is what I would rather do. I would rather tell you about the next Tesla than what I think Tesla's going to do next. Okay? So stay with me. I think you'll be educated, and you can take it for what you think it's worth. Okay, be right back.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
Okay. Several months ago, last year, I became aware of some things that were going on in the world, and I became aware of, I guess it's genome sequencing. That was my first introduction to it. And then it took me to genome editing, and I learned about a therapy called CRISPR. And I learned that it was going to be a means by which we took genetic diseases, and that includes everything from heart disease to cancer, to sickle cell anemia, to childhood blindness, to childhood deafness, to Alzheimer's, anything that was a disease that was as a result of a mutation in your genes. I became aware of that. And so I started buying stocks in that field. And one of them that I bought was CRISPR. And I bought it at, I've got a cost basis in it at about $114, and it's at $148. And I've owned it probably close to a year. So it hasn't blown the doors off. But I read this book. I read several other books about CRISPR, about extending lifespan, and I've been preaching about it. But I found that if I went beyond my tribe and I said to people, do you know anything about CRISPR? And they say something like, does that have something to do with cooking or toasting or food? No. You don't know what CRISPR is? No. And they really wouldn't care. So, okay, I'm ahead of my times. Well, this week, in the Saturday edition of Wall Street Journal, this was the section which they call reviews. and it says what gene editing can do for humankind. And you really need, if you're an investor of any sort, you need to go get your copy of the Wall Street Journal and read this. I'll summarize it a bit. And basically what it says is, as a result of the invention of CRISPR, we are entering a time when you as a parent will have the option to go into a clinic. And the way I think of it is a clinic with bookshelves like that, or shelves like that behind me. And on those shelves, you, with your insurance company, your insurance in hand, as a young couple who was about to conceive, create a baby, over here on this part of the shelf, there were therapies that you could sign up for, and your insurance company would pay for them. And it would say, eliminate childhood blindness, eliminate childhood deafness, eliminate sickle cell anemia, eliminate cancer, eliminate Alzheimer's, eliminate Parkinson's. And your insurance company would pay for those eliminations, and they would then go into your egg and sperm and basically sequence your genome to eliminate those things. And that would be a part of your insurance policy. Is that good so far? Yeah. Is there any problem you have with that? That you could eliminate those problems? Maybe even eliminate my dyslexia, eliminate hypertension, whatever. You could in your insurance company. And why would your insurance company pay for that? Because those create expenses in the future that your insurance company has to cover. So if you and your insurance company could come to an agreement that you want those eliminated from your newborn, okay, they'll pay for it. Then now this is where it gets complicated. On this shelf over here, this is the premium shelf. This is where it says height, above normal height. So you wanted a child who is 6'4". Okay, that costs so much. Color of eyes, that's not an expensive one. Color of hair, that's not expensive. Tone of skin, okay. IQ, yeah, IQ. That's a premium one. And you could buy those genome editing characteristics in your child. Now, this is where we get into difficulty, and this is where we get into problems, because there's some inequities there. A not so well-heeled couple comes in. They're okay on these shelves. They can't afford those shelves. But someone else comes in, and they're very wealthy, and will say, we'll take the whole boat. We want a 6'2" or a daughter who is we want that muscle, that added muscle gene alteration, because we want her to be a volleyball player or a basketball player. And we want her to have blonde hair and blue eyes, and we would like her not to have to get out in the sun to get a tan. We'd like kind of a nice tan on her as well. And you'd be able to do that. Is that okay? That's the decision we have to go into the future, okay? Is that side of the shelf okay? That's in the future. This side of the shelf is a given. This is going to happen because there is nobody who would raise their hand and say, oh, yeah, I don't mind if my child has sickle cell anemia. Oh, let him be blind and see, let him adjust so that he becomes a stronger person. And wait a second, what's this middle shelf? Sexual preference? Okay, male or female, but wait a second, what's this, gay or transsexual? We can do that too? Yeah, you can do that too. Are we okay with that? these are the decisions that are going to have to be made in the future. Okay? But that side of the shelf is coming. And it's not that far down the road. And I knew about it because I've read these books, but that makes me a half percenter. Most of you haven't read any of these books. Admit it, you haven't read these books. You don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? But now, the Wall Street Journal just did a feature article on it. What I know is, as of today, Monday, 10% of the world's population knows about this. And probably 70% of that 10% invest in the stock market. And guess what's going to happen? Is this bigger than electric vehicles? Yeah, I think so. Is this bigger than flying cars? Yeah, maybe. This, and then if you read the article, you're also going to learn that as a result of this, I'll be able to say to I want to make them resistant to any pandemic. Or that if a pandemic, a virus shows up in their body, they have the tools through this therapy to fight that off. How important is that? This is where we're at. I want you to really think about this. This is where we're at. You have a decision to make. Not, am I going to buy CRISPR stock? Am I going to buy edit stock? That's the one who goes after specific ends of it. Am I going to get in biotech, or am I going to be left in the starting gate? The question is, how much and which ones? This is a no-brainer. This is your chance. This is your chance at, I think it's today, selling for $148 a share. This is your chance to buy Tesla at $148, and today it's worth, what, 800 and some. No-brainer. But I'm just glad I've got 250 shares of it. What my decision is, do I want 500? That's my decision, because for goodness sakes, this is life. This isn't an electric car. This isn't Neo or Lucid or whatever that other electric car is. This isn't hydrogen cell automobiles that you have to build an infrastructure on. It's done. They've invented it. The lady who wrote this book won a Nobel Peace Prize for it. This is happening, and you are now one of the 10% of the world's population who knows about this revolutionary change in the way our world is going to work. Again, shelves, you choose. Choose what you want in your baby. Choose not to have disease. And then you get into lifespan. If they don't die from cancer and heart disease because we take it out of their genome, what are they going to die from? Are they going to live forever? Yeah, maybe. That's the world that's in front of you right now. I can't believe it. I just can't. And you're talking about Neo? Are you kidding me? Best of Us Investors. This is what we talk about. Go to Best of Us Investors, and that's our coffee mug. You can find that on our website, where you go to Best of Us Investors, and sign up and come to our Discord. This is how we talk in our Discord. We aren't worried about about whether the stock market is going to crash or not. We talk about that, but we're talking about getting damn filthy rich. Okay. Talk to you tomorrow.